The story of the DF-26D missile begins with the larger narrative of China's rapid military modernization and its determination to close the technological gap with global powers. Over the last 3 decades, China has invested enormous resources into upgrading its missile arsenal, focusing on range, accuracy, and versatility. The DF-26D represents one of the crown jewels of this effort, a missile that embodies not only the ambitions of the People's Liberation Army rocket force but also the geopolitical intentions of Beijing. For years, the DF-26 series was already considered a formidable long-range ballistic missile, sometimes referred to as the Guam Killer, for its ability to threaten American bases in the Pacific. The DF-26D takes this legacy further by incorporating hypersonic technology, a game-changer in modern warfare that makes interception nearly impossible and reduces reaction time for adversaries to virtually zero. On the outside, the DF-26D strikes an imposing presence. Mounted on a large transporter-erector launcher, it is designed for road mobility, giving it a stealth-like edge even before launch. The sheer size of the launcher and the missile's canister reflects both power and practicality. This mobile system can move across vast stretches of terrain, hide in forests or tunnels, and relocate quickly after firing. Such exterior characteristics mean that it is never a stationary target, which in modern military terms is a priceless advantage. The missile itself has a sleek aerodynamic shape, optimized for stability during flight, with materials designed to withstand the intense heat generated by hypersonic speeds. Its physical design hints at a weapon that is not just built for range but also for endurance and survivability under extreme conditions. Inside the missile lies the true marvel of engineering. The DF-26D carries advanced guidance systems that blend satellite navigation with radar correction, allowing it to adjust its trajectory even at hypersonic velocities. This guidance technology ensures pinpoint accuracy against both fixed and moving targets. The interior space is divided into warhead compartments, control modules, and propulsion stages, each optimized for performance. Unlike older ballistic missiles that simply followed a predictable arc, the DF-26D has been engineered to maneuver, which makes it extremely difficult for missile defense systems to predict and intercept. Its internal electronics are hardened against electronic warfare, meaning that attempts to jam or blind its systems would face significant difficulty. Though its interior is never seen by the public, analysts emphasize that the complexity of what lies within separates it from traditional long-range ballistic missiles. Performance is the heart of the DF-26D's reputation. Capable of traveling at speeds exceeding Mach 10, it enters the hypersonic realm where physics itself becomes a weapon. At such speeds, the missile covers thousands of kilometers in mere minutes, compressing decision-making time for opponents to almost nothing. Its range is estimated between 3,000 and 4,000 kilometers, putting key regional bases, naval fleets, and strategic assets within striking distance. But performance here is not simply about speed and range. The DF-26D is also dual-capable, meaning it can carry either a conventional warhead for precision strikes against bases, infrastructure, or ships, or a nuclear payload that dramatically raises the stakes of its deployment. This dual capability adds layers of unpredictability to any conflict scenario, forcing adversaries to treat every launch as potentially nuclear. For China, this performance capability ensures both deterrence and flexibility. Safety features, while less glamorous in public discussions, are critical in a weapon of this scale. The DF-26D is integrated into China's centralized command and control systems, which enforce strict authorization protocols before any launch can occur. Multiple fail-safes are built into its firing systems to prevent unauthorized or accidental launches. Secure communication links ensure that commands are verified and encrypted, guarding against the possibility of cyber intrusion or signal interference. Even the transporter-erector launcher units are equipped with redundant systems to guarantee stable and safe operation during preparation and launch. Though this missile is designed to deliver destruction, its creators have embedded layers of operational security to ensure it is only unleashed under strict, deliberate conditions. What makes the DF-26D unique compared to its predecessors and counterparts abroad are its selling points that capture both the imagination of analysts and the anxiety of militaries worldwide. First is its role as an anti-ship ballistic missile, earning the title of carrier killer. Aircraft carriers are the backbone of U.S. naval power, and for decades they sailed with relative impunity across the Pacific. The DF-26D challenges that dominance by offering China a weapon that could, in theory, disable or sink a moving carrier group from thousands of kilometers away. This changes the calculus of naval deployments and could force adversaries to operate at greater distances, reducing their effectiveness in the region. Another unique feature is its hypersonic upgrade. By incorporating glide vehicle technology and maneuvering re-entry vehicles, it makes traditional missile defense systems obsolete. This hypersonic ability ensures that even the most advanced interception technologies, like those deployed by the United States or its allies, would struggle to defend against a well-executed strike. The third major selling point is its mobility. Being road-mobile rather than silo-based or sea-launched, the DF-26D can be hidden, moved, and redeployed rapidly. This mobility gives China a second strike capability, ensuring survivability in case of a preemptive attack. Taken together, these points make it a formidable addition to China's arsenal. Price is always difficult to pinpoint with such classified military systems, but experts provide rough estimates based on similar systems. Each missile, along with its transporter launcher and associated command systems, could run into tens of millions of dollars. While expensive, the value lies in its deterrent effect and its ability to shift strategic balances. For China, the cost is justified by the potential to neutralize much larger and more expensive enemy assets, such as an aircraft carrier worth over $10 billion or a heavily fortified base. In economic terms, the DF-26D provides a high return on investment for strategic deterrence. The geopolitical implications of the DF-26D cannot be ignored. Its very existence sends a signal across the Pacific and beyond. For regional actors like Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan, it represents a weapon that could reach them within minutes. For the United States, it challenges the freedom of movement of its naval forces and places its bases in Guam and elsewhere under constant threat. For China, it provides leverage in negotiations, deterrence in conflicts, and a symbol of technological advancement. The DF-26D is not just a missile, it is a strategic message written in steel and fire. As part of China's long-range arsenal, the DF-26D occupies a unique place. It bridges the gap between shorter-range regional systems like the DF-21 and intercontinental systems like the DF-41. This middle ground allows China to exert power across Asia-Pacific without resorting to its intercontinental nuclear forces, giving it flexibility in how it projects power. The hypersonic upgrade means that this missile is not just an incremental improvement but a generational leap forward. It demonstrates that China is not content with parity but aims for superiority in key aspects of missile technology. The conclusion of any discussion of the DF-26D must acknowledge both its technical brilliance and the risks it brings. On one hand, it is a marvel of engineering, combining speed, range, versatility, and survivability into a single platform. On the other hand, its deployment escalates tensions and reduces the margin for error in conflicts. When weapons travel at hypersonic speeds, decision-makers have minutes, sometimes seconds, to respond. This increases the risk of miscalculation, misunderstanding, and unintended escalation. While the DF-26D strengthens China's hand, it also contributes to a new arms race, where other nations will rush to develop their own hypersonic systems or advanced defenses. In this sense, the missile is both a triumph and a challenge for international security.